everyone. Our mission is complete balanced nutrition. Together, we support immune function, supply fuel for immune cells, and sustain tissue health.
Ensure with 25 vitamins and minerals, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin. Excuse me. Roll it back, everybody.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Monday on ET, our NCIS on-set exclusive celebrating a show milestone.
So delicious. The commercial for this episode is just Wilmer, so delicious.
And speaking of delicious, we've got a sneak peek at our very own Matt Cohen's new Hallmark movie, Made for Each Other.
Your friendly neighborhood Rugula Man
In the house.
I thought you said you were bringing donuts.
Rugula are better than donuts.
Oh, we love the friendly neighborhood Rugula Man.
You know, Matt already has an Emmy.
Happening now.
A fire claims the life of a woman and her 2 young grandchildren. Coming up, we speak to family about how they are honoring the victims of this horrible tragedy.
Areas of patchy fog and drizzle are expected at times this weekend, and we've also got some more changes when it comes to our temperatures, too. We'll get you all the details on that weekend forecast coming up in a bit.
They did it in the beginning, and now they're doing it again on the 1-year anniversary of the war in Ukraine. How a local cheesecake shop is stepping up once again. How you can get a delicious dessert and help the people in that war-torn country. The news at 5 starts right now.
Are they yours?
Yep.
Get them away from us. These already bit me, possibly killed another person.
Get them away from us. A horrific scene. An elderly man mauled and killed this afternoon by 2 dogs.
And we do want to warn you, the details and the video we're about to show you are hard to watch. This is part of the video, part of that attack that we can show you. The bloody scene unfolding in front of witnesses on Deplis Street off of Couples Road on the west side. Firefighters say they had to use their emergency tools just to try to get these dogs away from the man they had mauled just feet away.
Yeah, his body behind that trash can. Patty Santos on the scene where she has been talking to neighbors who are just getting word that a man was killed. In many ways, Patty, I have to think this is their worst nightmare.
Yeah, and as horrific as this attack was, they tell me they have been living in fear for a very long time of being attacked by these dogs, and now they're angry that an 80-year-old man and his wife were mauled by these dogs. Take a look. This is a video that a neighbor took, the 2 dogs going after firefighters, and basically firefighters just pulled up and started a rescue to keep the dogs away from the victims. A firefighter was also bitten, and a 4th person was taken to the hospital with a hand bite. Chief Hood says this was such an out-of-the-ordinary call. It was even traumatic for his crew.
Firefighters were very heroic in this instance, fighting off these pit bulls with pickaxes and pike poles to try to get to the patients. During that time, one of the captain on the ladder was bitten in the leg. Thankfully, he is okay. Unfortunately, we do have 2 people that were mauled by these dogs.
And just about an hour ago, the 2 dogs were taken away by ACS while the investigation is underway. A 3rd dog was also taken away from the home, but the dogs have already bitten people in the past, and ACS says the dogs were returned after they were quarantined. They've also told us that they've been called to this neighborhood about complaints dealing with dogs. Coming up at 6, you're going to hear from a woman who says her son was bitten by these dogs, and she's angry that it took someone dying for these dogs to be removed from this neighborhood. We'll send it back to you.
Such a sad story. Thank you, Patty. We'll continue to follow it. Meantime, 5 people overcome by a carbon monoxide leak at a downtown hotel taken to the hospital for treatment. This happened at the Hampton Inn and Suites, San Antonio Riverwalk on Soledad Street. According to San Antonio Fire, 5 people were in the gym area. They said they were not feeling well and their symptoms aligned with carbon monoxide poisoning. When they started testing, a hazmat crew found high levels of carbon monoxide in the building, so the entire building had to be evacuated. Crews are still trying to pinpoint the source of that gas leak.
These things are hard to tell. It could very well be just some sort of a
a heater for a pool or something like that could, wherever you're getting that incomplete combustion is causing that buildup in carbon monoxide.
Guests will be relocated until the source of the leak is repaired and the air is safe again.
A family grieving after a fire Sunday morning claimed 3 lives. This happened in Von Ormy near the Bexar County-Atascosa County line. The fire marshal investigating and has not determined what caused that deadly fire yet. Our RJ Marquez spoke to relatives who are trying to cope with it all.
This Southwest Side family is mourning the loss of 3 beloved family members.
I lost my daughter, they lost her mother, and we lost our great-grandchildren. And it was devastating for us.
The family says 39-year-old Vanessa Ortega and her 2 grandchildren, 3-year-old Mia and 1-year-old Ezekiel Oyervides, died in a fire early Sunday. They had just seen Vanessa and the children at a family get-together on Saturday.
I just screamed out and screamed out and got on my knees and just cried in disbelief.
Atascosa fire officials say the trailer was filled with heavy smoke and flames when crews arrived at the scene. They were not able to get inside because of the intensity of the flames.
She tried to save her grandbabies. I know she did. I know that from the bottom of my heart.
The family says Vanessa opened her home to anyone that needed help and was often the life of the party.
She made us all laugh. There wasn't a dull moment with my sister. She made us smile.
And the 2 babies were loved by everyone around them.
I mean, they were beautiful. Yeah, they were beautiful souls. We're going to miss them tremendously.
We had special moments with those children, and it's really hard for them.
I don't wish that on any other family to happen to anybody. My babies didn't have a chance in that fire.
And here's what's left of this trailer home as fire officials continue their investigation into what caused this fire. You can also see there's also a makeshift memorial here that was put together by family and friends. A candlelight vigil will be held here tonight to honor Vanessa, Mia, and Ezekiel. Reporting in Von Ormy, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Inconvenient, but absolutely necessary. That's what judges are saying about the first active shooter training at the Bexar County Courthouse. It forced the courts to close for the afternoon.
Yeah, Camelia Juarez is live outside of the courthouse right now. Camelia, what has been the big takeaway from county leaders about what happened today?
Steve, one county official told me that there is so much to take in if this actually happens. At least 800 people were part of an exercise that taught them all about the nationally recognized alert standards. And during the demonstration that lasted several hours, a deputy walked through the courthouse firing off blanks to simulate the sounds of gunfire in the building. From there, staff were trained on what steps they need to take to be ready for an active shooter situation. Civil District Court Judge Antonia Arteaga proposed this training and says today's simulation taught her and her coworkers that they have a lot to learn.
There's just so many different things that happens in one's body and one's brain, and we're hoping through this training, when it actually happens, they'll have that much more experience, that leg up, that muscle memory.
We also heard from Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar after today's demonstration, and coming up at 6, we'll tell you what they learned from this simulation. Reporting live from the county courthouse, Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Camelia. Want to check out traffic right now. This is Highway 90 at 36th Street. It's right near the exit to 151, and you can see it looks like there's some type of accident or stalled vehicle. Tow truck on the scene trying to get it out of the way right at that exit ramp. Slowing things down, but no major traffic tie-ups to tell you about.
The big story today, weather-wise, has been cloudy and cooler conditions that worked their way back into south central Texas as we wrap up the work week. Started around 57 earlier this morning, a high of 63. And really, we've seen quite the spread of temperatures from one side of the area to the other. 72 in Eagle Pass. How about 65 just up the road in Del Rio, closer to the San Antonio area this afternoon. 60 in La Verdia as well as New Braunfels. 61 over in Bulverde. If you're stepping out for any of those evening plans, a few sprinkles certainly possible. Temperatures falling through the 50s. We've got a few more areas of sprinkles and some drizzle possible this weekend, and warming temperatures. We'll have a full look at that weekend forecast coming up in just a few, guys.
Thanks, Mia. Hard to believe, but today marks 1 year since Russia's full invasion of Ukraine. That war still happening today, and since the start, hundreds of thousands of people have been killed.
Millions more displaced, including 250,000 Ukrainians who are now living in the U.S. ABC's Lindsay Watts with where the two countries stand right now.
1 year since the first Russian missiles hit Kyiv.
Бо гинуть тут хлопці і дівчата.
Ukrainian President Zelensky speaking to media from around the world. He says if the international community keeps its word about help and aid, Ukraine will definitely win. ABC News reporter Ian Pannell asking Zelensky what he says to Americans who believe the U.S. is giving too much to Ukraine. A new poll shows support fading since last year.
What would your message be on the anniversary to those Americans?
Zelensky first thanking Americans, going on to say if they do not support Ukraine, they will lose NATO. They will lose the influence of the United States of America. President Biden today announcing a $2.5 billion aid package for Ukraine and sweeping new sanctions against Russia. He also met with G7 leaders and Zelensky in a virtual meeting. The United Nations overwhelmingly approved a resolution calling for Russia to withdraw forces. 7 countries voted against it, 32 abstained, including India and China.
Україна живе.
On this somber day in Ukraine, Russian President Putin has been silent.
Over the last year, Russia has killed tens of thousands of Ukrainian men, women, and children, uprooted more than 13 million people from their homes.
Amid concerns China could start providing weapons to Russia, China today calling for a ceasefire and providing a proposal to end the conflict. Zelensky in response saying that China talking about Ukraine is, quote, not bad. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
And on this anniversary, it was nearly a year ago that a local cheesecake shop was inundated with support for its mission to help people in Ukraine. And this weekend, Like a Cheesecake on Broadway is doing it again. This business holding a 1 year of war fundraiser today and tomorrow. Proceeds from all sales are going to support the armed forces of Ukraine.
We've been getting donations from people today, just like driving all the way from like out of town to just come and donate and support us.
Like a Cheesecake located along Broadway, not far from Hildebrand. They're open till 10 o'clock tonight. The fundraiser is going on, though, through tomorrow. Time to check your kitchen appliances. We have a recall to warn you about. It's for an air fryer made by the brand Kosari. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says you need to stop using it immediately. There's been more than 200 reports of the air fryer burning, melting, overheating, and smoking. 10 people have been reported for skin burns.
The recall includes 2 million air fryers sold between 2018 and December of just last year. They were sold through Amazon, Best Buy, Home Depot, Costco, and Target. The company has details on how you can get a replacement on its website. A group of instructors with the Air Force Special Warfare Training Wing rappelling at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. They're prepped for the descent. Up next.
Welcome back. It's Stefania Jimenez. We want you to stay right where you are because we have big stories coming up for you at 6 o'clock. For one, charges were dismissed against one of several suspects in a drive-by shooting that killed a 4-year-old boy more than 5 years ago. This is the latest case the district attorney's office has dismissed. Our Erica Hernandez spoke with the prosecutor about that dismissal and also what's in store for the rest of the co-defendants who have been charged. Plus, multiple fires overnight and this morning kept the San Antonio Fire Department pretty busy. They were up against the one thing that nobody can control, and that is the weather. We're going to tell you what you should know to lower your fire risk. It's coming your way at 6 o'clock.
Our country's finest set to rappel from inside the AT&T Center this weekend. This is something they do outside of their missions and service to our country.
The rappellers are instructors with the Air Force Special Warfare Training Wing. The rodeo demonstration, something they perform every year. And if you haven't seen it, it's quite the sight.
Yeah, I bet you haven't seen it like this. Our Jonathan Cotto takes us behind the gates of JBSA Lackland, where they trained for the rodeo rappel.
You have the flags everywhere. The flags are on the big screen. We're bringing down a flag. And then as those flags come out of, the darkness from the ceiling and people start to see them and you hear them get all amped up, it really gets you going and amped up, and America's great.
Our country's finest in full display at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo.
It's been incredible to actually rappel, because we did one on Monday night, to rappel and come down and see the reaction, the support that we get. Obviously, being Texas, it's great. It's awesome to see the support that we get.
These lethal operators form part of a rigorous and highly demanding elite group of airmen. This tech sergeant has been rappelling for the Air Force for over a decade.
I would say initially it's fairly daunting dealing with all of the heights, but once you understand how the rope systems work and everything that's put in place to protect you, you become pretty comfortable with it.
Despite their mission experience, rappelling inside the AT&T Center did take some practice and coordination.
We started initial train up here at the tower that you can see behind me. It's approximately 25 feet, set up our ropes, got our knots tied, all our basics for rappelling, and then moved on to a 40-foot tower over on the Chapman Training Annex.
Whether it's rappelling from a helicopter over 100 feet in the air surrounded by America's air power, or inside an arena, fear is not in their vocabulary.
The biggest thing is I'm feeling patriotic.
And if you missed their rappelling, no worries. You can catch them tomorrow right here at the AT&T Center. For a list of times and other rodeo events, just head on over to our website, KSAT.com. Reporting Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
It really is a great show. I've seen that. All right, rodeo still going on.
Yeah, goes through Sunday. Lots of activities out there, and it's cooler. But it's not really cold. I mean, it's 60 degrees. It's still nice to go out.
Right, I would think so. Yeah, for any Friday evening plans, stepping on over to the AT&T Center, not too bad. We may run into a few sprinkles, though. Overall, no torrential downpours or anything like that. But really heading into the upcoming weekend, 3 big things you need to know. Planning your weekend could be damp in spots, especially in the mornings tomorrow and into Sunday. I do think the back half of the weekend is also when we'll have the potential to find some more areas of patchy fog out there. And after a brief day of some cooler than average temperatures, we're going to start to see a warming trend take back over tomorrow and especially into the second half of the weekend, with daytime highs already approaching 80 degrees. Yet again, some more spring-like weather is on the way. And also Sunday, I do think that's also when you're going to notice more of a healthy south wind taking back over, with some gusts upwards of 30 miles per hour certainly possible. But we mentioned earlier the cloud cover has been one of the big stories out there today. We're just kind of sucked in under some of that thicker cloud cover this Friday. One of the reasons why, combined with a front that moved through yesterday, those temperatures have been a little bit cooler out there, wrapping up the work week. 61 right now over at SA International. And really for most of us, we have seen those cooler temperatures right now compared to where we were this time yesterday. Those thermometers reading anywhere from about 10 to even 20 degrees cooler than where we were just 24 hours ago. And we have managed to find a few sprinkles out there. Hasn't been for everybody and nothing significant really amounting to much. Most of us are pretty quiet right now in terms of the radar, but over the past 30 minutes to an hour, we've seen a few sprinkle returns out there near Pleasanton, stretching over to Floresville, and even across portions of the hill country. Bandera stretching up to Comfort as well. It's not going to be for everybody if you're stepping out for any of those evening plans, but just know that we will have the potential to find some additional areas of patchy drizzle, especially developing later tonight around 10 to 11 p.m. and that will continue through the overnight hours with a few more pockets of drizzle possible first thing tomorrow morning. Now, temperature wise, we'll start off near about 50, waking up for our Saturday around 53 by 10 a.m. More cloud cover is expected this weekend as well, around 60 for any lunchtime plans tomorrow. It is possible that we find a few breaks in the clouds tomorrow. Overall, though, am expecting a mostly cloudy day, but notice your temperatures a bit warmer than what we're seeing out there right now. For most of us, we'll look to top off in the upper 60s and low 70s, generally looking to find those warmer temperatures the farther south that you go. Into Sunday, that warming trend continues. Now we're starting off near about 60 degrees and daytime highs are going to climb to about 80. Patchy morning fog and drizzle yet again expected, and it will be pretty windy out there. Again, some wind gusts generally upwards of about 25 to 30 miles per hour. What that south wind is doing for us, pumping in more Gulf moisture. So dew points and humidity levels are going to rise for the back half of the weekend as well. That combined with the boundary moving through overnight Sunday and into early Monday could spark a stray shower. As of right now, though, hope's not terribly high for us here in south central Texas. You can see as that boundary pushes across the Lone Star State, the better activity looks to be situated farther up to our north. Still, we'll keep eyes on it here over the next few days. Overall temperature still warm into next week, low 80s by Monday, mid 80s by Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we'll monitor for maybe a few isolated showers to a thunderstorm as we head into the Thursday to Thursday night time frame with our next front, guys.
Thank you, Mia.
All right, so the Spurs back on the rodeo road trip, and familiar result last night.
Yeah, unfortunately, they lost again. But before the game, Pop was really funny in his Q&A session with the media. So Pop was asked what did he like about Jeremy Sohan during the scouting process, and he gave us a very Pop-like response. And the Spurs also talked about facing Luka and Kyrie, the new dynamic duo in Dallas, coming up. Spurs rookie forward Jeremy Sohan didn't play last night in Dallas due to left quad soreness. He did play a week ago today, though, in the Rising Stars Challenge game, and he threw down a couple of slam dunks. Jeremy came into the league known more for his defense, but he's turned into a legitimate offensive threat. Before tip-off last night, Pop met with the media, and he was asked what did he notice about Jeremy during the scouting process that led the Spurs to pick him with the 9th overall selection in last year's draft. And the response is classic Pop.
Do you want just vanilla bullcrap or you want the truth? Well, truth is always... I never watched him once. I don't watch anybody. It's not my job. I'm coaching. Okay. So you got all these guys you hired. I mean, all of us have, what do we got, 15 people out there scouting and 74 foreign guys scouting, and they watch him play, 12 games and 15 practices, and at the end of the season, I'm going to watch a film and say, I want that guy. Then what the hell are they all there for? I didn't watch one iota of any of that guy. I had no clue. He just came in. Who are you? I'm the guy with the funny hair. What's your name? After a couple weeks, I remembered his name, and then you start going. That's the truth.
As for the game itself, well, the Mavs won rather easily, 142-116, handing the Spurs their 15th straight loss. San Antonio led by as many as 3 points in the first quarter, but once the Mavs took the lead for good at 16-13, they never looked back, leading by as many as 30 in the fourth quarter. All 5 Spurs starters reached double digits, with Malachi Branham scoring a team-high 23. Keldon had 22. The Mavs' new power duo of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving combined for 51 points. During postgame, the Spurs were asked what it was like to play those two, and it depends on who you ask.
It's tough. It's definitely tough. Two of the best ISO guys in the league on the same team. I felt like we played them pretty solid. Luke had 28, Kyrie had 23, so we played them solid and made them kick out to other players, and the other players made shots.
It's making me better. Definitely picking them up full court. They're all-stars, so one day I want to be like them. So just to defend them, guard them is good for me.
Spurs will play at the Jazz tomorrow night at 8, then they'll play Utah Tuesday night to end the road trip.
Thankfully.
End
the road trip.
Time for it to end.
Maybe some home cooking will do them.
Yeah, something. Yeah, thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back.
All right, a few sprinkles are possible this evening. Better chances of finding some pockets of drizzle tomorrow and into Sunday mornings. More cloud cover in store this weekend, but also we'll see that warming trend take back over. Near 70 tomorrow, near 80 on Sunday. Then the wind kicks on into the back half of the weekend with more sunshine next week.
Thank you for watching the News at 5 with us.
World News up next. We'll see you back here at 6.